cash, she dropping so fast. She on the pole, she doing the dance. I'm like, mommy, come give me that stance. I'm like quarterback and she a hike. I don't give a fuck, she rocking the mic. She got hands, she gon' go out of sight. Take the mood and you rock it or not. She from Melbourne and I tell her she can go get her hair perm. She can go get her nails done. Then with me and my crew, she can run.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Who Got Game. I'm your host, Jason Zone Fisher, here with always by two-time NBA All-Star, tech entrepreneur, entertainment mogul, Baron Davis, and, of course, as always, Pavy, the only man that I could beat in fantasy basketball this season.
Bro, you gonna introduce me?
I did introduce you.
Yeah, but you saw I was doing something. You just want to hog all the camera time today?
I don't know if you saw, the producer had to come help you, assist you with your headphones. I don't know even though I need headphones. I'm sitting right next to you.
Can we have the producer please come back on the set? Our producer
here's TPJ from our Celebrity Fantasy
show.
League. Yeah.
Do the walk. He is wearing a onesie, a male romper.
It's a momper. Male romper.
He is wearing a romper today.
I'm not wearing no romper.
Oh, man. It does not make bathroom breaks easy.
You know what? I'm cutting my microphone.
Okay. All right. And we are right on track, as always, just coming in hot. This is what we do. BD's eating the guacamole and chips.
Hey.
How you feeling, BD?
I feel like he was barbecuing. He was barbecuing in the backyard in Raleigh, Durham with that outfit on.
That's right. What's up? You want to
Oh,
come
we
on
got
the show
just
too?
a random, got just Mr. Random showing up to the show. Everybody.
A lot of people coming in and out. This is what it's like here.
Speaking of
Baron's
rompers, what a great
the king of segues. Yeah, speaking of rompers.
What a great weekend for some basketball. There were some rompers out there this weekend.
There were. The playoffs are underway. First, before the playoffs, I mean, I haven't seen you guys since last Monday, the play-in tournament. What were your thoughts on that? Should this be here to stay? Is this here for good, the play-in tournament? We got some pretty classic matchups. We saw Memphis defeat San Antonio and then upset the Warriors to make it to the playoffs, right?
I feel like, why are you only talking to me?
I'm talking
yeah, you just like,
Pavy,
that's old news. That's old news.
Well, hey, man, you know.
What happened? What happened? The playing game happened.
Yeah.
And then the first round happened before our last show?
Yeah, well, we had game one happened. Yeah, exactly. This is all since our last show. I'm catching people up, you know.
Got it. Catch us up to speed. Catch me up to speed.
Yeah.
Because I'm hungover. And shout out to Ken because consistently every week, I don't know why this is becoming a pattern of behavior, but Sunday nights I get wasted, and then Monday I have me a can.
Get you right back.
Hey, I feel you. Mm-hmm. This weekend I was indulging.
Hey, happy birthday,
Thank you. I
it was your
appreciate
birthday.
Happy birthday to Pavy.
Thank you.
You have a good birthday? What'd you do?
He had a bouncy house. He had a bouncy house. I don't know why he had. He had an adult bouncy house.
That sounds fun.
So I turned 30 this weekend.
Ooh, that's big.
At first I wanted to go to like Napa, but I'm like, I don't really have nobody to go to Napa with.
What you going to Napa for, though?
Wine, bro. I love wine. So
love wine?
I love wine. So
you look like a wine drinking motherfucker.
So look. Actually, I had a wine tasting at my house.
Oh yeah.
Like I went and bought like 12 bottles of wine. It's like the candidate. And
That's
like
amazing.
Why didn't you come to me, dog? You could have got some of my box wine.
You got wine? I didn't know you had box wine.
I do. I got.
Let me get a couple boxes of the box
bro,
wine.
I give you some box wine.
Appreciate it.
For your birthday. Happy birthday, bro. I didn't know you was like a wine connoisseur.
Yeah, like I really, really love wine. Like dead ass love wine.
Wow.
Have you had Channing Frye wine?
I have not had Channing Frye wine. But
that nasty shit. Fuck you, Channing Frye.
Reason being is I don't really like Pinot Noirs. I prefer French wines.
I know Channing Frye. He just think he is just a fucking wine connoisseur.
Man,
of America.
We had all those
and then I was like, yo, bro, I'm going to buy a case.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, we got the case. And like wine. I was like, all right, I'll buy a case.
What happened?
He never sent it, bro.
Well,
he sold it to everybody but me.
He wouldn't even let you buy it? Like, you tried to give him money for it, and he wouldn't even...
I like Snoop wine anyway.
Snoop wine is fire, actually.
Snoop
That's
wine.
Snoop
I
wine
told
is fire.
Channing Fry
Snoop
that.
wine is fire.
All right, we're gonna send this to Channing Fried. Channing, we want some wine. Hook it up.
No,
Let's
he
go.
don't, dog. He ain't gonna send it to us.
All right, fine. Then we don't want your wine, I guess. We're the ones whining. That's what it sounds like.
Ah.
You see what I did there?
Speaking of whining,
Speaking of
let's
romper.
get into rompers and whining.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's get into the what's happening in the playoffs in the first round, dude.
All right.
The Lake Show.
Yeah, I was trying to talk play-in tournament, but that is old news. Well, let's focus on game ones are
All right,
underway
here's the
now.
play-in tournament.
All right, tell me.
John Morant has arrived.
He has.
That's it.
Exactly.
Facts.
Not only has he arrived in the play-in tournament, they upset Utah game one last night, take a 1-0 lead in Utah at full capacity. I mean, that place was rocking, but it did not matter. John Morant is not afraid of the moment. He showed up. And what are the reports out there? Have you seen this? Donovan Mitchell, he wanted to play. The team wouldn't let him play. And I even heard that they thought, it's just the Grizzlies. They could get by resting him a little more.
Anything you can use for motivation, you got to run with it. So, that could have been one of the Grizzly coaches saying that.
True.
But I think these young dudes, they hungry.
Facts.
And any time that you can fuel that fire for them, they dogs. They want all the smoke. They're not backing down. They are good basketball players. They hustle, and they're young.
Yeah.
Right? So a lot of the mistakes that they make, they can make up for because of just their energy, exuberance, and their skill and athleticism
For
and
sure.
versatility.
Yeah, for sure. Which of the games, we've had a lot of great game ones kicking off the playoffs. What was your favorite game one?
It's between Bucks Heat and Knicks Hawks. Just because, I think first of all, basketball is better when the Knicks are good. And just seeing the Garden rocking like that, I just thought it was such a dope atmosphere. And Trae Young hitting the game winner in New York in the Garden and turning to the crowd. It's quiet in here now. I thought that was a really, really cool moment. And then, like I said, Bucks Heat, I thought Bucks Heat was a great game as well.
Yeah, absolutely. That game went to overtime. They've got a little rivalry going from revenge last season, what happened in the bubble. What do you think about a Bucks Heat matchup? The game went to OT. The Bucks pulled it out in the end, but it looked like this is going to be a series. Is it going to be a series? Big game two.
Lord have mercy, man. What's up with my? Oh, okay. Now I can hear myself.
Oh, no.
I like my voice. I like my voice.
Get chips in their ear.
I like my voice, in the earphones. It's kind of calm and soothing.
Yeah, I like that.
So when I be breaking down the game, it's
baritone.
kind of makes sense. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay.
But
pour a glass
See-
of that Channing Fry wine. Settle in, because
please
B's about
don't.
to break it
Please
down.
don't pour no Channing. Don't buy no Channing Fry wine until you send me some. I watched that game.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it, but I did not enjoy it. I love the fact that it was a defensive-oriented game, but those guys were bricking. They were bricking. You know what I mean? And who is going to step up to be the star? Right?
Yeah.
I feel like an amazing shot by Chris Middleton.
Yeah, big time.
He's a great offensive player. I think that Milwaukee is their Achilles heel is not understanding who they are in the playoffs. You are not a Giannis-focused team. Stop running the ball through Giannis in the playoffs. Let Giannis be the super duper duper glue guy. A super stat stuffing glue guy.
Yeah.
Let Drew Holiday rock.
I 1,000% agree.
You know what I mean? Then Chris Middleton gonna start rocking, and then you gonna forget about it, Giannis. But because he had all the attention, now you gotta take the attention away from him. You know what I mean? And now he at the basket.
Right.
But when you come out and everybody knows what is happening and ain't shit changed,
Yeah.
you got an opportunity, and you playing against a team that beat you to go to the finals. So Miami knows their game. Now, my issue with Miami is where do they go to get a bucket? Shout out to Jimmy Buckets for getting buckets. But a lot of they need a lot of high octane shots. You know what I mean? Like Duncan Robinson got to get open, and the shots that he make are incredible. Like, dude, these young dudes, they just be making some crazy shit, yo.
So fast.
And they practice it. So shout out to them for being great in their greatness.
Right.
But, when you start thinking about the playoffs, those shots are high risk, high reward. You know what I mean?
He held lose the game.
And-
on that three that bounced crazy when that Holiday caught and laid up Duncan Robinson.
What happened?
It was like, I think about 32 seconds. I think it was one of their last possessions.
Oh,
When
yeah, he
Duncan
shot the
Robinson
wild
came off screen,
three.
Shot
Yeah.
that wild three. It bounced crazy.
Yeah, and that,
Holiday
yeah.
caught it late. Yeah.
And that's what I don't like, man. I don't like the fact that, Miami don't know where to go to get a bucket. You can go to Jimmy Buckets, but then he also got Giannis on him. And so, Miami going to have to figure out a way to get other dudes involved instead of people shooting corner threes, because maybe that's not your MO. You know what I mean? That's my issue with the Clippers. It's not your MO. Even though this is a jump shooting, 3-point shooting league, that is not your MO.
That's not what you do best.
Yeah.
Man, come on.
They need more out of Tyler Hero, Kendrick Nunn, guys like that. I mean, Tyler Hero really brought it in the bubble, had his kind of coming out party, welcome to the NBA.
That is different now.
It is very
It's different. You ain't in no bubble. You
People
know what I
yelling at
mean?
you.
Yeah.
Tyler Hero, fresh out of, college AAU, he can do that shit. Now you get back on that road, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's different now. You back in the arena, it's different. You know what I mean?
For sure, but the Heat, they're going to need scoring from someone else, to your point. Jimmy Bucket's there, Bam Adebayo's there, but if Duncan Robinson's not hitting shots, who's the offense coming from? They've got a lot of guys, but who's going to step up? Is it Dragic? Is it Hero? Is it Kendrick Nunn?
What do you think?
I think they're going to need a big series out of guys like Tyler Hero. He's from Milwaukee, so he's got that extra motivation. He's playing in front of his hometown fans, hometown crowd, friends, family. Not that he even needs that, but I think he's fueled by that.
That could be a lot, though.
It can mean a lot. So I think they're going to need him to have a breakout series the way he did in the bubble. And if not, I think the Bucks are going to take this series in 5, maybe 6 games. Are you sharing that, Ice?
My producer, shout out to the producer, Curtis.
That's right.
Curtis got his calendar dropping for him and his motorcycle later on this month. It's called Me and My Motorcycle.
Are you taking my can?
You never had it. You want one?
Yeah, I want a can. Come on, hey, yes, I can. Like Obama said. Okay.
Obama said that?
He said, yes, we can. I think he was talking about these cans. I think is what he was referencing, too. They should run with that.
You should
An
run with
endorsement.
that.
Absolutely.
Look at these new cups.
Get that Obama endorsement going.
Look at the new cups.
Yes, we can. Now, before this, obviously, Who Got Game, we talk a lot about fantasy basketball. The fantasy season is over, but it's always on here. We're always competing
And
with
you
something.
lost.
Now, I came in second place. I beat
Still lost.
both of you.
Yeah, you did, but you lost.
I beat both of you. I do have to mention, though, I did lose to music producer extraordinaire Brian Postel, and he texts me once a week saying 10 bunny hops now. Just out of the blue, I'll get a text message from him
Crying.
demanding me to do bunny hops.
Crying.
And I mean, I tell
out.
Have you ever
Right,
been
man.
in a place where when he tell you to do it, that you felt kind of embarrassed since we haven't been able to see it?
Yeah, not yet. So far, it's just I've been home. I've been at home. I was like, all right, I'll do bunny hops in front of my kid, whatever. She's like, you're funny, Daddy. It's cool. But no, I see what you're doing right now. Don't even start texting. BD, put your phone down, man. Put your phone down. I don't like this.
Come on, man, keep the show going.
Yeah, you're distracted. I know what you're doing. You're texting people. I came in second place, and I'm the only one with a punishment. You still got push-ups. You got to do some. If I start bunny hopping, Pavy,
Oh yeah, you can talk some shit
gonna
to
do some
Pavy.
push-ups. Yeah, and it's so funny because we both were in the
Yeah, I know what you're
semifinals and the
saying.
finals. This clown over here, he was at an awful squad, but he's over here orchestrating all our challenges. All right. Anywho, we are very competitive here on Who Got Game.
He
So
needs to do some bunny
all of us
hops.
You knew that
filled
was gonna
out
happen when you brought
brackets.
that up.
What?
You knew that was going to happen when you
Yeah,
brought that whole
of
thing
course. Well, we all filled out brackets for this year's NBA playoffs. And I want to take a look at those, see who we have winning, getting out of the first round, but also who our finals matchups are. So this is my bracket. This is tough, man. It's wide open. I mean, I kind of going with the obvious picks, which are the Nets versus the Lakers.
Dog,
but
you just looked at my bracket.
dude,
and
I
tried
filled
to-
this out before.
Tried to
I filled
copy
this
my
out
shit.
before yours. I got Nets over Lakers, though. I'm worried about the Lakers, man. I mean, all year I thought they would repeat, but they did not look the same. Anthony Davis was dominated by
Lakers
DeAndre
are going to get
Ayton.
better and stronger as the playoffs continue.
I agree with that.
I hope so.
agree with that. I think so. I got the Clippers over the Mavs, although after game one, I'm not so sure about how that's looking. I think Denver's going to survive this series against Portland, but not have enough to get past the Lakers. And finally, what I'm hoping for, that Western Conference Finals matchup, I hope that it's Clippers versus Lakers, the matchup we wanted to get last season that no one that we didn't have because the Clippers disappointed.
Oh, I messed mine up, dude. I'm supposed to pick Portland over Denver.
Oh, all right. Well, let's take a look. Here's your bracket, BD. You did pick Denver, but you meant Portland over Denver? You like Portland?
Yeah, I like Portland over Denver. I wanted to switch that.
Now, you have the same NBA Finals matchup that I do. You got Nets-Lakers, although you have the Lakers winning it all.
I do.
All right. And why is that? I mean, what have we seen? You're going based on the Lakers that we saw in the last year, regular season, not what we've seen.
Yeah, man, they the
thus far.
defending champs. I think they're going to get back.
Okay.
I don't feel like there's a team in the West that has the like the fight to the end. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they have, like when you look at these teams outside of like Portland, Luka can kill you in the clutch. I love, Phoenix got Chris Paul, incredible clutch. Devin Booker is unstoppable. But when you think about what happens when the series turn, right? What happens if the Lakers get game 2? You know what I mean? What happens when game 5 is a dogfight? Game 6 is a heartbreaker,
Right.
And now you got to go to game 7, and you looking up, and who you looking at?
Bron.
LeBron James.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so, like,
Sure.
LeBron knows how to get himself to a 7th game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where his superpower is.
And then one game take all. I'm never betting against LeBron when it comes down to that. For
Never
sure,
bet
with his
against LeBron in
experience,
one
his
game.
abilities, his knowledge, all that. You and I actually have a very similar bracket, BD. The only difference is obviously it says Denver, but you're picking Portland in that series, and you have the Mavs beating the Clippers in 5 games. I think the Clippers are still going to survive. He has Dallas.
Oh my goodness.
You think the Clippers are only going to take one game in the series? Let's talk about that for a moment.
My struggles with the Clippers, they don't play defense.
Bro, it's
Which
so,
is crazy.
No,
so
they don't play
annoying, bro.
defense.
It's so annoying, bro.
It's like
Crazy.
the
Look at this
craziest
roster.
It's so
shit
annoying, bro.
in the world.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm talking about. Now, granted, that game happened on my birthday, so I wasn't like sitting there in front of the TV just watching. But I cut the game.
You
I'm
was
like,
drinking your wine.
I was drinking my wine, but I cut my game on. I cut the game. I'm like, why is Pat Bev guarding Luka on purpose? Bro, you have Kawhi and PG on the court.
Right.
Go get that man. Now, Rondo did a great job down the stretch, but why is he even
Rondo
guarding
is
him?
magnificent.
He did a
dude.
magnificent job, but you got Kawhi
I want to
and
give
PG
Rondo
on the
his
court.
roses, dog.
Yeah.
Rondo, I really fuck with you, bro. I really fuck with Rondo.
Yeah.
Rondo got a cold get down. Amazing career. Rondo is a point guard.
Hall of Famer.
Hall of Famer for fucking sure.
What makes Rondo so great in your eyes?
Man, it's just like, and that's what I was saying watching the game. Like, man, put the ball in Rondo hands because, man, I just like how he orchestrate. Everybody calm down. You know what I mean? And I think if he has more opportunity to set the table, and if the Clippers offense was geared towards putting their best players in isolation situations in their best spot, Rondo would be even better. You know what I mean? Now he's commanding a team that don't really have no direction. You know what I mean? Not you know what I'm saying? Like when they out there, the spacing be bad. You know what I mean? It'd be 4 on the perimeter. And so a lot of times, like, they not really familiar with each other still.
Right.
And then, you got a point guard who like to have the ball in his hand. It to me is just, it's hella disruptive, but I like how Rondo settle him down, get him back in the game. Kawhi, post. No, I don't want you out there. That's just it's just mastermind shit, dude. Yeah. And I just think that he's a mastermind.
He is. He also hit some clutch threes, back-to-back threes in that game one, but it was just not enough as they had no answer for Luka.
That's also the thing for me as far as the Clippers. It's I'm pretty sure they led the league in 3-point percentage. I don't actually think they shoot that well though.
Saying that, bro.
Right.
Me and you've been saying that all year, bro.
I think Marcus Morris went then the last 2 minutes. I think Marcus Morris was 0 for 9. You pump fake.
Right.
You could have pulled up and took a mid-range jumper. You sidestep and shoot a 3. Bro, you 1 for 8.
Yeah.
0 for something. What you doing?
Right.
I don't
do
actually
not like that. I do not like this new wave of just shooting bad shots when you can get a layup.
What you doing, bro?
Right.
Now, if you was 3 for 5, something like that, you having a good night, by all means, let it fly. But in that situation, I just think they take too many jumpers, and I don't think they can outshoot Dallas.
Do you think they can win this series?
I think they should win the series, and if they lose the series, it's stupid. To me personally, I think the Clippers should be in the finals. If they aren't, it's actually stupid. What's wrong with y'all?
Let's take a look at your bracket.
That's
too.
a bold statement, Kev.
We'll take a look at Pavy's bracket because you got the Clippers in the NBA Finals.
Just get it together.
In the NBA Finals, and who do you
If
have
the
winning
Clippers
the whole
get
thing?
it
You got
together.
Bucks,
Bucks.
Clippers. And
Yeah,
you got
I had
the
Bucks in 7.
Bucks in 7 winning the whole thing. That's crazy. To me, the Clippers and
Bucks
the
may
Bucks,
lose in the first round, dude.
they remind me of each other. Teams that are capable of winning the finals or capable of losing in the first round.
How are the Bucks capable of winning the final?
Okay,
you
to
tell
me personally, I think that they can defensively guard any team. I think they can actually guard the Nets. Even when I watch, granted the Nets have played 10 games together, but even when I watched them play Boston, it was no plays being ran. They just ISO'd the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
And
Stop it.
no,
That's what the playoffs is.
yes, but I
The
think
playoffs are isolations and big shots.
But I think that they have the defenders to at least be able to annoy them and make them shoot less than their regular percentage. I don't think Kyrie is having a 50, 40, 90 series on Drew Holiday. I just don't think he's doing that 7 times in a row. I don't think KD is shooting 50% on PJ Tucker and Giannis. I don't think Harden is shooting, 46% and 35% from 3 against the people he's going against.
Then what are they going to shoot?
About 4 to 5. I think the Bucks.
You got Kyrie, James Harden,
yeah.
and Kevin Durant. And you saying they going to all underperform.
Not underperform. I just don't think that they
All
will.
right, well, if they going to underperform, then they going to win.
I think that for the Nets, because of the fact that they don't defend, I think that those 3 players have to be highly efficient. Because like you said, isolation, you shoot bad, now you on the break.
But Milwaukee is not offensively efficient.
Yes, but the Nets.
And Milwaukee is not a great defensive team. You looking at the stats, homie.
But again, I'm looking at the people that they got. They got Tuck, they got Holiday, they got Giannis. I think those 3 guys can, and they have Brook Lopez at least put his hands up. I think those 3 guys can match up well with. And I'm even going off what KD said. KD said some of his hardest matchups are Drew Holiday and PJ Tucker. I'm gonna take the man at his word. They both play on the Bucks.
Who said that? KD?
KD said that. Multiple times he said that. So I'm gonna take the man at his word.
Let me ask you this.
He
BD said that-
gaslighting.
And real quick though, as far as their offense, I do 1000% agree with you. I think they play. To me they use Giannis more like LeBron. And I think he's more Shaq than like LeBron. It's stop giving Giannis the ball 26 feet away with the whole defense looking at him to run like he Earl Campbell to the rim.
Right.
Set a screen, rebound. Also in clutch situations, he probably shouldn't have the ball. You don't have a
I
bag
don't know
like
why
that.
they don't just cross screen, post the dude up in the block,
Something.
and this dude don't get him a jump hook. If he don't go get him a 1, 2 dribble in the paint, pump fake,
Right.
jump hook, man, he should be doing what Kareem was doing.
You're right.
Especially with these rules.
He never does that. He doesn't have that low post game. He always needs to be coming downhill.
He
tries
stay
to build that
fading
momentum.
away, bro. He stay fading away.
He does.
Giannis,
You're right.
stop fading, bro.
Yeah.
1, 2,
You're right.
Oh, nice. Oh, spin left. I'm right there. They scared of you. you fading away.
BD, to your point, in the playoffs, it's all about, ISO, but then
It's all about the playoff nachos. If we had some nachos right now, I'm just playing. Go ahead.
no, okay, all right. Hey, it's back to rompers. So we got
Hey.
no,
Hey,
but you
he kind of impressed you with that romper, huh?
that's I thought it was a cool romper. I thought it was pretty stylish for summer. No,
Can you stop hating on me, G?
That
Can
boy,
you stop hating on me, bro? Can you stop hating on me, bro?
but the playoffs
you
is
stop?
all about. It's about big shots at the end of games. To your point, so you got 3 guys on the Nets who can take that big shot at the end of a game. Who's gonna take it for the Bucks?
Middleton and Drew Holiday. I trust Middleton. I've seen. First of all,
Yep.
I even remember the series. I think it was 3 years ago when Boston and the Bucks played, and it went 7. Chris Middleton was the best player on the court. Giannis was out there. Giannis was all NBA at that point in time. Chris Middleton was the best player on the court. I've always said in clutch situations, give him the ball. He can actually score.
Yeah,
he can get a shot.
He can get a shot.
He can get a
and
shot.
probably a good look that's for him is a good shot. And he's a highly efficient player. Give him the ball.
yeah. He put up a game winner.
You gotta let Drew Holiday rock though.
I agree.
You ain't bring him there to not let him rock. You know what I mean? He ain't just no defensive guard. You feel what I'm saying? Like he is a player.
Yeah.
A player.
He's
a
a guy-
playmaker.
He's a guy who's averaged 20 before.
So all 3 of us have the Lakers or the Clippers in the NBA Finals this year. One of them. They're both down 0-1 in the first round.
Can I show y'all my bracket?
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, let's show him. Bracket coming in from the romper.
From the
room.
producer, here we go. We're getting that.
There we go, right
From
there.
the man from the grown
Bucks
up
Nuggets. Bucks
Bucks
Nuggets. Lakers
Nuggets.
losing first round.
Interesting.
The grown up onesie. He called it.
Interesting.
He is the same person
I mean, this
who
is
drafted Donovan
What?
Mitchell.
Go ahead,
with his
talk
First
first
round.
in the sleeper
This is crazy.
fantasy basketball draft.
You got Memphis, Dallas.
Memphis
and,
is up 1-0 right now. I don't know if
yeah,
you know that.
No.
Yeah, that's why he just going on.
No, it's
who
not.
Won
Do you know
today.
if Donovan playing next game? If he don't
don't.
play next game, they're going to lose that game. They're going to go down 0-2. It's a wrap.
I don't know about this at all.
Ja's one of them ones.
Everyone's got to have that one guy who's just like a thrown,
The
flame-
playoffs
What you
don't
talking
start
about? What you talking about?
until you
I'll-
win on the road.
You got the Clippers going to second round?
I'll give you $10,000 if your bracket is perfect. Okay.
All right. With your fucking luck, add 10,000 bunny hops.
Fine, 10,000 bunny hops. If Memphis, if all
No.
those teams
I
are
want
in the next round-
$10,000 and 10,000 bunny hops.
That ain't
I will just be
happening.
texting you. I'm gonna wake up in the morning. Give me 100 bunny
That's
hops.
fine. That's fine.
Let's
It
see
ain't
if
happening.
BP
That ain't happening.
texts
That was
back.
a wild bracket.
See if we can get some bunny hops.
Denver's not going to the NBA Finals. I'm sorry. Okay, so
need some
what I
money
was
out of
asking.
BP.
No, what I was asking before is all these LA teams are down 0-1. Who needs game 2 more, the Lakers or the Clippers?
Shit, they both do.
They
you
both
gotta,
for
you
sure.
gotta tie the series. They both Clippers more than the Lakers because the Lakers are coming home.
Right.
Yeah, I agree.
Who you calling?
BP to see if he.
Man, no, he's not answering. Just trying to get bunny hops on cue. Sorry, I told him to silence his phone during the showtime, so I'm glad he's not answering. All right, we're going to play a fun little game right now. I got a pack of NBA basketball cards. This is from 2000, 2001. BD was in the league back then. BD, we're going to get your brain working, all right?
Uh-oh.
We're going to get you going. We're going to play word association real quick. I'm going to open a pack of cards. You don't have time to think. You just got to react. The first thing that comes to your mind when I show you each player, okay? Mm-hmm. You ready for this? All right, stop texting people looking for me to do bunny
I'm trying to
hops
get these
over
bunny hops.
there. Yeah, well, you can't. I don't listen to you. There's only one person I'm indebted to. Bunny hops. It ain't you. All right. First thing that comes to your mind, this is back from your era, these cards right here. I'll show you a card. You tell me the first thing. We got, first up, Donyell Marshall. Donyell Marshall,
stretch 4, killer, shoot the 3. In college was like one of the coldest college players I had seen.
UConn.
Yeah. You know, one of very few early on, like stretch 4s, stretch bigs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Patrick Ewing on the Seattle Supersonics.
Ewing, my big homie, my dog, Patrick Ewing. Me and Patrick Ewing used to hang out. Like if he come to Charlotte, he'd hit me up, be like, "Young fella, what we doing? And I go pick him up. We go to the mall, go eat, or we go to dinner. Shout out to Pat Ewing.
You went to the
Killing
mall.
it.
You and
Me
just
and Pat
walked around the
Ewing
mall?
chilled in the mall at the food court in Charlotte.
God. It's
Hey,
amazing.
dog, me and Pat, and I was just like, yo, Patrick Ewing. I just kept saying like Patrick Ewing. He was like, all right, BD, that's enough. I just love me some Patrick Ewing.
What'd you eat at the food court?
Yeah, I really want to know.
I think at the time they was probably like you know how they have
The like teriyaki chicken samples? I love
no
those
like
samples in
the
mall.
Philly cheese, the Philly
Okay.
cheesesteak.
Okay, yeah.
I used to eat those.
All right, nice. Yeah, okay. Matt Geiger.
Matt Geiger played on the Philadelphia 76ers, the team that beat us. Matt Geiger was an energy dude, a hack. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, you know, he played hard and he was a difference maker. You know what I mean? So shout out to Matt Geiger,
name, too.
bald head motherfucker. That was funny.
All right. Doug Christie.
Doug Christie, that's the big homie. You know, I watched Doug Christie at Pepperdine, watched him with the Lakers, one of the nicest all-time, you know, just solid guys in the league. I say with Doug Christie, just, you know, an incredible defender, underrated player.
Yeah.
Right? I don't like to
defender.
say underrated. I like to say undervalued.
NBA most improved player, 96,
You know what I
97.
mean?
Yeah.
But just an all around just defender, good passer. You know, I just love this game, man. Love
Yeah,
Doug Christie.
great defender. How about Anthony Peeler?
Anthony Peeler, AP, another one of my big homies, Laker, lefty, shooter. You know what I'm saying? AP from Missouri. You know, we fell in love with him when he came to the Lakers. He was out there, you know, it was after the Magic era, but him, Nick Van Exel, they was out there Eddie Jones, they was out there getting busy. Shout out to Anthony Peeler.
Nice.
Wind up going to Minnesota, having another good, you know, little run with KG and those dudes. But, you know, shooter, hard-nosed defender, you know, just all-around tough dude.
All right, this next card, I'm keeping this one. Kobe Bean Bryant right here.
Man, that dude mean everything to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, shit, you know, Kobe is fucking the Messiah, yo. You know what I mean? Kobe shepherding a whole new energy and wave of, like, players and mentality and shit. And, you know, like, Kobe is just, the day he got here, I was like, man, you know, I was always one of his biggest fans, but biggest admirers, and I'm keeping that card.
I'm
so don't
keeping
even
that
play.
card.
You just said it was my cards.
No, these are my cards.
These are my cards, dude.
Dog, here. Can
You
have
brought
this card.
these?
Yeah, I brought all these cards. You can bring this card. You can have this card.
When did you bring this? I thought you stole this from my.
I'm not from.
Remember, I had all them cards. Is that where you got?
No.
Where did you get this
Oh
from?
yeah, let's go. Let's pop open your cards. Let's
See?
get your
See?
cards. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Okay.
I need that Kobe card.
Okay. All right. Next up, another good card. We got Vince Carter.
My
Vinsanity.
dog, another one of my dogs. Just
Yeah.
an amazing talent. Shoot, defend, incredible sport. Great sportsman. You know, a great leader. His teammates love him. You love him off the court. You know, shout out to Vince, just one of the all-time greats, Hall of Famer.
Greatest dunker of all time.
One of the greatest dunkers of all time
But
for
is he the
in-game
great-
dunk.
For in-game.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
high control, especially that Toronto era.
I would say, yeah. I would
Yes.
say like highlight dunks, yes, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Oh, Junkyard Dog.
Junkyard Dog.
Jerome Williams.
JYD. Exactly who he is. The Junkyard Dog. He get down and dirty.
Chicago Bull.
You know what I mean?
Chicago Bull. Shout out to the Bulls.
Shout out to the Bulls. Shout out to the Bulls from the Romper Room.
All the ladies want to be over here, though.
All the ladies want to be over there because he got on a silk 2-piece and he's selling coconut oil. He over there selling coconut
That's right.
coconut oil and kombucha.
Nice.
I'm not gonna lie, that was funny. That was very funny. I'm not even.
All
gonna lie.
right, 2 more cards left. We got Tracy Murray.
Tracy Murray, big homie, took care of me, man. UCLA, great. Tracy Murray, when I was coming up, used to come to UCLA, would let me rebound for him when he was shooting. Another just big bro, just dude who just was like never hated, always showed love, always wanted you to be the best. Came from a basketball family. Shout out to Pops. Shout out to Cam. But Tracy Murray, man, is like, for me, going to UCLA, it was like, damn, dude, this dude was in here lighting it up. He was a phenomenon in LA basketball. Went on to have an incredible pro career. Was lighting dudes up. I mean, this was 50. One of
he dropped 50.
This is one of those shooters. You know what I mean, that people undervalue. Right? You talking about somebody who had a flame. Right, I remember when I was young coming up, I used to play in the Real Run. Shout out to DeAnthony Langston in the Real Run, and I was on the team with Tracy Murray. And I used to just throw him the ball. He shoot from anywhere. Him, Lamar Murray, them the Murray boys. Oh man, the Murrays. You got a Murray on your name, you definitely a shooter and a scorer.
That's right. I mean, he led the league in 3-point field goal percentage, 93-94. Imagine if he played in today's game.
Imagine that.
Yeah, exactly what he would be doing. All right, last card, LA Clipper, the Candyman, Michael Olowokandi.
Michael Olowokandi. Now this is crazy because this shit is coming full circle.
I like it.
Because I seen Michael Olowokandi with one of these outfits that my young man got on.
I am crying.
Candyman wore a romper?
I am crying, dog.
I would like to see that.
That man like 7'2".
Tell me about that. Yeah. Wow.
Now shout out to Michael Olowokandi, man. I don't really know Michael Olowokandi. I just think it was, Clippers made a bad pick at that number.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Overall,
and a lot of times when you make, you look at this motherfucker. Damn. I mean, it's just like, you made a bad pick. You picked Michael Olowokandi number 1. Right. It's not his fault. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
I never seen him play though. I don't remember.
Well, I'm going to keep that Kobe card. I want you to have this.
I'll take it. Real quick. But I will say this about Michael Olowokandi.
Yeah.
He was one of the coolest dudes I had ever met. You know what I mean? I'm trying to think when I would have. I played against him, I think, my rookie year.
Yeah.
And, he was decent, dude. I think a lot of times, when you a big dude, motherfuckers don't realize it will take you a hell of a long time to develop in the league.
Right.
Michael Olowokandi is coming into the league playing against Shaq. David Robinson. Hakeem is on his last, Pat on his last. You getting Ilgauskas. You know what I'm saying? You getting now a new Jermaine O'Neal. You getting Tim Duncan. You getting what's the other dude name? You get Mutombo. You got Theo Ratliff blocking everything. Ben Wallace coming into his own. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? So it's a lot. It's a lot. And so it's a lot of pressure when you draft a big dude, number 1. You know what I mean? And I just think Olowokandi was really victimized by being drafted by the fucking Clippers. Right. You know what I mean? Like, he didn't go to the NBA. And back then, like, the Clippers now is a big difference than the Clippers then. Yeah. Oh, you know what I'm saying? So, like, he didn't go to an organization that was going to groom him and take care of him. You in LA. Yep. You play for the Clippers. So Laker fans don't like the Clippers, and they going to just hate and talk about all the players. You know what I mean? And so I think he fell victim to that. But, shout out to Michael Olowokandi for, just being a number 1 pick. I wish I was a number 1 pick.
Number 3 ain't bad, though. It worked out pretty well for you, but someone who did end up.
And he born in, he an April baby.
Okay, well, it's good to know. We know we missed his birthday, but we'll send him a happy birthday.
He only played 2 years?
No, that's the time this card came out.
Oh,
yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
But look at his stats, though. It's not bad, bro.
No, I mean, it's not bad. It's just
8 points,
the
9,
of a
10
number
points.
1 pick. That's what's, that's
yeah,
what's
but
hard.
you're the number 1 pick of the Clippers.
Yeah. Right.
And the Clippers are,
Question though. You say it takes big man longer to develop. Why Why is that?
For me, because one, it's like you're like your motor skills, right? And then your game. So getting comfortable with your game, getting comfortable with your strength, getting comfortable with the pace. You know what I mean? You know, you look at somebody like Tyson Chandler.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He had to come into his own.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of guys and centers usually when they go number one, they usually get drafted as a senior in college or a junior or a high promising junior in college. You know what I mean? Because they feel like they're developed.
Right.
But the thing about it is like you playing against grown men, and the center position is the most physical position back then.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And all the dope teams, any team was based around their center.
Right.
And you know, with a guard, you can like maneuver and kind of get to your game even if you fuck up. You know what I mean? But like you can apply defensive pressure.
Sure.
Right? As a big dude, you wrestling. Back then, you wrestling, dog. You know what I'm saying? You wrestling, you elbowing, you getting slammed. So, you know, you don't have the strength capacity. You don't have the court and the, like, you haven't come into your athletic ability.
Yeah.
You haven't come into your timing. You haven't come into your game. You ain't came into your shot. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't have good players around you, right, that can't create easy opportunities for you to give you some form of game, then you forced to do it on your own. You know what I'm saying? And that's usually like not how a center functions, right, in the operations of a team.
Yeah.
Right? Even if you got a big dude like Pat Ewing, Hakeem Olajuwon, like you go into them and then the offense is engineered around them, but they understand, you know what I'm saying, that they've developed a game. You know what I'm saying?
That they can do that.
And it just take time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and all about situation too. Like you mentioned, the Clippers. They're not the Clippers they are today with their front office, with Jerry West, with all the pieces in place. I mean, you played for the Clippers under the former regime. Now, when you came to the Clippers, how did you feel about that? Because you're from LA, you're getting to come play back home. That's amazing.
When I came to the Clippers, bro, I was like, man, give me 3 years. I'm going to turn it around. You know, that was like the same amount of time I needed in Golden State just to like get the energy right. And I remember just like the first day, it was almost like walking to a movie like Devil's Advocate. And it was just like, yo, this is not what you thought it was.
This ain't it.
What the fuck you talking
This ain't
about?
it.
It's almost like you signed up for basketball jail, and it's like, here's your check, and it's like, now, motherfucker.
Devil's Advocate. Who is the Al Pacino character?
Who's the Al Pacino? Who's the devil?
Yeah.
Shit. At that point, I think it was like Dunleavy, Andy Roser. Like the thing about it is like the devil has so many faces with the Clippers.
Enough.
Dog, no bullshit, dog.
Yeah.
I remember one time walking in because they just had the new facility.
Right.
And they was like, shh, you be quiet, be quiet. I was like, what the fuck you mean, be quiet? What the fuck, I'm grown. They're like, man, you never know. He got cameras and stuff around here. I'm like, yo, if this motherfucker got cameras with us listening to our conversation, like people really thought like that you couldn't have an open conversation and be like, you know what, man, fuck you. Or, you know, like it was always like, oh my God, like it was some weird shit with the Clippers, bro.
Damn, man. I mean, yeah, I've heard stories. Obviously, there's a million Donald Sterling.
Fuck
stories,
Donald
like,
Sterling.
He would be sitting courtside.
I can't wait for Donald Sterling. I wish Donald Sterling get his ass hit walking across the street mistakenly by a motherfucking goddamn
Blue Nissan.
Hey, it's a blue.
Yo,
Blue Nissan.
Blue Nissan. Go get Donald Sterling. He in Malibu. Fucking hit his ass.
wasn't there stories of Sterling like he was cheap and he didn't want to sign no free agents back?
Man, I don't want to talk about Donald Sterling, man. What the fuck?
Yeah,
This ain't
all
no
right,
goddamn
enough of that.
Baron Davis, Donald Sterling Clipper podcast.
Yeah,
Fuck
enough
Donald
of that
Sterling.
crap. All right, well,
He out.
Yeah. Well,
Do not speak of the devil.
yeah, I don't want to
He
talk
may
about
he may resurge and try and show up at the game, or his wife, little fucking she devil, goddamn old ass chihuahua.
She still goes to the games.
Man, she should not be allowed at the
She's
game.
still courtside. She
Man,
got
that-
in a deal. She got
Man,
2
that
seats.
bitch called me a heathen, a bastard, all that shit when I was coming down the court. Then she had the nerve at a restaurant to be like, hey, I said, lady, sit your motherfucking ass down. Do not talk to me. I ain't got no time for this. Everybody in the restaurant was like, oh, what happened? What happened? They like this big old black dude picking on this little ass white lady. I was like, man, this bitch the devil, man. This bitch was trying to put roots on me and shit, and now she acting like she can't even drink her tea. She was sitting over here saying she with 2 dudes, and I looked at the dudes. I said, man, why don't y'all come outside so I can kick y'all ass for just being with her? Cultural. She should not be sitting on the bench. She should not be sitting on the bench. I hate to divert, but that little gremlin, she a little tricky fucker, man. Fuck her too. Now, what else? Now, back to the Clippers.
You got the Mavs in 5. You got the Mavs
the
in
new
5.
Clippers. Shout out to the new Clippers, though.
Yeah, new Clippers different. It's different.
And the new owner and the new team. Yeah, that's it. Sure,
All right, that's
all
good.
I got to say.
Hey, all right. You said your piece. I like that. Let's talk NBA awards real quick before we get out of here because they announced the finalists this week, the 3 finalists for each award. So we'll start with 6th man of the year right here. We got our top 3 finalists, Jordan Clarkson of the Jazz, Derrick Rose, who was a huge pickup for the Knicks, and Joe Ingles, who has no chance of winning on the Jazz as well.
I want to say this because remember we showed that like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Are you now jumping on the Derrick Rose 6th man of the year bandwagon?
It's still gonna be
because
Jordan
of what you saw in the okay.
It's going to be Clarkson, but Derrick Rose is the difference maker for that Knicks team. He is.
I'm rocking with Derrick Rose. To be honest, How?
He's been the most consistent bench player all season.
Yeah, I agree. Just
The most
energy.
consistent bench player or the most valuable bench player?
You know,
Because that's what the 6th man is.
yeah.
It's not the most consistent.
But that's
It is the most valuable.
But at the same time, Donovan been out for like 2 weeks, and the Jazz didn't really lose pace. Like Clarkson kind of stepped right in and took some of that scoring load, a lot of the scoring load.
Okay.
I mean, Clarkson's been putting up great
I
numbers.
just love me some Derrick. You know how I feel about my point guys. Derrick Rose accepting to come off the bench and being a result of the Knicks' greatness. And so when you talk about 6th man and the difference maker, you got to put him in there because he is really the best player or second best player on the Knicks.
the
right?
leader, the leader they need,
and
for sure.
and when I say like the best player, ladies and gentlemen, don't get this confused. We know Randall. You know what I mean? Randall.
Julius Randle.
Yeah, Julius Randle is the Knicks' best player.
Yeah.
But he is not the Knicks' best player. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you
like
mean.
Derrick Rose is the engine, right? So you got that starting 5, but who's the difference maker, right?
Yeah.
Who's the difference maker? And if that person push that button, everything start getting off. You know what I mean? So that's why I think I'll go with
D Rose.
D Rose. Now Utah has two guys for 6 men.
Yeah.
So that's why you can't give it to Jordan Clarkson.
Well, the Clippers last
the
year
Clippers had that 2
had
years in a
Lou
row.
and
yeah, but
Montrezl.
they was killing.
They
Yeah.
killing.
Yep,
They balling.
they were. All right, let's say Rookie of the Year.
LaMelo Ball.
It's really a 2-man race between
LaMelo
LaMelo
Ball.
and Anthony Edwards.
But I do like Ant-Man, and then I like what Tyrese Halliburton, putting himself in that category. But you got to get that to LaMelo Ball. Shout out to Ant-Man, Anthony Edwards. Shout out to Halliburton. I think those 3 rookies are going to be probably all-stars, if not next year, the year after.
Yeah, I agree. They're definitely
All
future
3.
all-stars. They're future all-stars in this league. I agree with you, LaMelo Ball. I think the stats he put up, the numbers, the improvement that the Hornets had this year, it's going to give it to him. But, Pavy, I know you feel differently.
Anthony Edwards. I was on the LaMelo train until he got hurt. I thought Ant consistently got better throughout the year, and also I thought the Timberwolves. It was just a weird situation. Like they had injuries and things like that. But I think once they actually got set and Ant settled in, he was averaging like 25.
He can score.
Great.
He can score, but they
Great,
weren't winning.
great, Pop.
Yeah.
Great, Pop. Great.
For real, he was
Great,
averaging like 25.
great.
Bro.
All right, defensive
Great,
player of the
Bob.
year. Is Rudy Gobert going to win again? I mean, he has won. almost every year the last 3-4 years. Giannis won it last season, but it's between Rudy, Draymond, and Ben Simmons. Who would you give the nod to, BD?
I got to go with Rudy Gobert.
Yeah.
Or I was going to give it to Ben Simmons. Because I actually like Ben Simmons. He stepped up. He challenged. He took on each one of the best players on every team. Their numbers were dismal against him when you look at it. And he accepted that role as, a lockdown defender. Unfortunately, he got hurt, correct? Did he play?
Simmons
played. Yeah, they always
good.
in and out, but he played enough.
No
games.
major injuries this year.
Did he play in the playoff game?
Yeah.
He was in.
Yeah. He had
Did he do
big
anything?
Game. Yeah, he had a big game. He had a
I
pretty
didn't
good
watch
big
that game.
I think he had 15.
No, Embiid was hurt. My fault.
Yeah. No, he was okay. Who you got winning defensive player?
Rudy.
Rudy.
I think Rudy's been obviously he's the anchor of the Jazz.
Right.
Even though the Jazz hit shots, I still think that they're a defensive team.
Yep.
And I think they get away with playing small guards because they have Rudy behind them.
Absolutely.
So I'm going Rudy.
Can't hate on Rudy. Can't hate on Rudy.
Let's check out quickly. We got MVP. I'm probably going Rudy too. I mean, it's just boring. It's like, of course, he's the Stifle Tower. It's like,
he's dope.
Yeah, he's a great defensive player.
Yeah.
I wasn't wowed by him defensively this year, but reward the Jazz for their record, for having the #1 seed, him being a great.
It's
defensive
because of
player.
him.
It's facts.
It is because of him. It's
Big
because
part
of
of
him and him being the anchor of that defense.
No, it's
his
true.
rebounding, his not, and it's not like the block shots. It's the contested shots.
Right.
It's the fact that motherfucker is in there that makes somebody not turn down a layup and throw it off for one of them wild ass 3-pointers. So.
Yeah, it's true. He definitely changes the way you have to
Come on,
attack
Jay.
and play.
Hey, I don't think you should drink these cans.
Oh, yeah?
Because it kind of mellowed you out.
Okay.
And now towards the end, you kind of
You're just
kind of
checking
like
your phone to see
drowning. You kind of like drowning. Like I come in hungover.
Yeah.
I drink the can to
You woke
get me
up.
back. You know what I
woke
mean?
up. I think I got the indica.
He's like,
can.
yeah,
I think
I'm
I got
bored.
an indica can.
Yeah, I'm bored. Rudy Gobert. I'm bored.
Rudy.
All right, I'll do this. I'm gonna do this.
Okay.
All right, guys. NBA. Can you put that up, please? NBA Finals. We have Joel Embiid, Steph Curry.
It's called NBA MVP, bro.
Oh, NBA. What did I
Not
say?
so easy, is it,
said
BD?
NBA
Not so
Finals.
easy. That's what I thought.
Oh, it's the NBA.
Finalists.
It's the NBA MVP finalists 2020-2021. We have from the Philadelphia 76ers, Joel Embiid. He was hurt a little bit, but he came back and, he had a phenomenal season. Then you have Steph Curry. Hey, BD or Jason, you play in the Bay. Steph Curry. What more can we say about Steph Curry? He was just dynamite, a rocket. And then you have the guy that I think is going to be the MVP, Nikola Jokic. Consistent, led Denver, multi-versatile big man, and he did it all year long. What do you think?
I'm going with Jokic.
Hungover over here. I'm just trying to, get through this shit. That's what I'm gonna say real quick. What? Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's okay, BD.
I'm going with Jokic. I think he's been the best player in the
Channel that
NBA
energy.
all season. He's actually for a center, statistically wise, it's actually probably one of the best seasons that you've seen from a center ever, statistically wise, dead ass.
Yeah.
It's 25, 12 and 8. That's not normal.
That's crazy.
So I'm going Nikola Jokic for MVP.
Yep, I'm going Jokic MVP too, man. I'm bringing the energy for it too. I'm telling you, the man is top 5 in points, assists, and rebounds in the NBA. Best passing big man I've ever seen in my life.
Hey.
Denver, they did not even miss a beat with losing Jamal Murray because he was their anchor. Jokic, you got to reward the man. And I like the fact that he does not campaign or politic for it. He doesn't give a shit if he's the MVP. There's something humble about that that's appealing in today's NBA. So I'm on the Jokic train.
Yeah, I want to give it to Jokic too. But I definitely want to give it to Steph Curry. Mm-hmm. I don't want you guys to think that Steph Curry is not the MVP. I think Steph Curry has had one of the most dynamic seasons as far as like from individual talent and organization.
Yeah.
I think individual talent and surpassing kind of expectations, but more so putting kind of like the spotlight on himself, right, with the rest of the league, and showing up and showing out and being a show, and just, some of the numbers that he put up this year consistently, you know what I mean, were, just some wild and crazy numbers, but the way he did it, the fashion he did it in. And I don't want to undermine Joel Embiid, who's been the anchor, to the number one team in the East, the Philadelphia 76ers. And I think, with Jokic and with Embiid, this is what we've been waiting for with that draft class, is for those guys to kind of build and grow into their, this MVP status. So, all in all, I'm going with Jokic.
Yeah.
But, I wouldn't be mad if Steph got it because of the type of year that he had.
Yeah, I feel you. I mean, the Nuggets, number 3 seed in the West, Philly, number 1 in the East, and Golden State, they're home. They're home. Working on that.
Hey, dude,
impression.
I can mime you, dude. Don't
You
fuck
got it?
around. Hell yeah.
You got it? All right.
I got your whole shit down.
Okay, man, you got my bop. You got
I
it.
know. After you beat me one-on-one, I got to study your whole.
That's right. You got to study this whole aura. You want to channel this, get into this. That's right. Yeah, I'm rubbing off on you. It's working. It's working.
All right, guys. Last topic of the show.
Oh, what is this?
Who do you guys have? Lakers, Suns, and who do you have in terms of Jazz, Grizzlies? Do you think that the Jazz will even it out?
Yes, the Jazz. Okay, well, thank you from our sexy producer in the sky there.
Thank you from our sexy producer hitting beach balls and drinking Mai Tai.
Okay, ladies' man producer.
Lord.
I think Utah is going to win the series. Memphis is a young, scrappy team. They got a bright future in the league. They're going to be. They're turning into a really good squad for the future. But this year, Utah. I think Utah could. I don't know. It depends on Mitchell's health. Could make the finals. I was going to say.
If you could guess, if you could describe the type of cologne that TP would wear with that outfit,
Yeah.
what do you think? What do you think the name of the cologne that he pulled out the cabinet?
Vanilla vibes.
Vanilla
vibes.
Like
Vanilla vibes.
vanilla vibes. I don't know. It's like something
YSL. We in the building.
like the musky otter or something like that. I would say.
Musky otter.
Yeah, the musky.
Musky otter.
What's a musky otter, G? What is a musky otter, bro?
What is a musky otter?
What's a musky otter, bro?
Yeah.
First of all, what is an otter?
An otter, it's like go to SeaWorld, bro. Yeah.
Oh my God! You don't know what an otter is, dude? Oh my God! It's the popsicles. You never had a popsicle?
He's on the popsicle.
Yeah, otter.
Yeah.
It's a popsicle.
They're adorable. Look at
Like
that.
an otter pop.
Yeah.
Bro, when have I ever seen that before? Look at this.
There's otters around. They're on popsicles.
Wait, what was a musky otter?
Musky otter, I think, is kind of the vibes
Musky
I'm
otter.
getting.
That's like YSL. That's
right.
Musky otter. That could be a dope. That could be a dope brand.
It was born right here, live. You heard it. You see it happen. You want to come model the musky otter walk? No? You wanna...
I'm done with y'all for the day. I got nothing else to say to none of y'all. After the show, we don't even talk to me.
Did you ask a question about basketball? I don't even know
I
what
did.
the damn question was.
Lakers, Suns. Will the Lakers go down 0-2?
I would say your cologne would be called Spring Butter.
Spring butter. Yeah, okay. That's fresh.
I like that.
That's spring.
like
Oh, what you got? What is that? Oh, that's that spring butter.
That's that spring butter.
One of the homies, one
like
of the homies was doing shea butter,
yeah.
so we said, "Fuck it, let's do spring butter."
It's melting. It's melting. That's buttery. That's delicious.
They
Okay.
put some Lysol in the shea butter.
Well,
Hey, who you think?
All right, so
Looks
I think the Lakers are not in trouble, but they are in trouble. But remember, LeBron always lose game ones. That's just LeBron loses game ones, dog.
He
You
does.
already know
He
that.
does
That's
lose
like,
game ones. That's
all right,
his
man,
thing.
y'all can have this one. Then I'm going to figure y'all out, and we're going to run 4 in a row. So
80's going to have a big game, too.
80 also
doing
is going to have a big game. I think the Lakers realize the intensity and that Phoenix is young and hungry, so the Lakers will prevail. And then Utah, I think Utah can make it to the finals if Mitchell is healthy,
Right.
Because of their versatility. And, they do have really good coaching.
Great coach.
Right.
Great defense.
And it's a consistent, it's a consistent push.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm getting hungry, dude.
Well, we're out of guacamole. We're getting hungry. We got the muschiata with the spring butter off camera producing. Pavy celebrating his birthday. He's feeling good. BD's woken up from the can. I've mellowed out.
Asleep.
That's right. I want to give one more mention. Everyone should download and check out BD's other podcast, Point God.
Whoa.
New episode is dropping this week with Rod Strickland.
Woo!
It's going to be a good
legend.
one, a legend. And big movie coming out June 11th, Domino. BD, let everyone know real quick a little bit about the movie.
The movie is coming out June 11th. It's going to be in theaters. I want y'all to support that. Domino is kind of like my, like a hood comedy, something that, I used to play dominoes and learn how to play dominoes from my OGs. And, this movie is just really, just something that we wanted to have some fun, make some fun of some people that, we grew up watching in the neighborhood, but, kind of bring that, to the people. You know what I mean? So tell a friend. Matter of fact, watch the shit. Go play some dominoes. Have some dominoes in your pocket. You know what I'm saying? Learn a game of dominoes. Hit me up, and I will respond. Tag me on Instagram, all that. I will respond. I appreciate y'all supporting my movie.
Baron Davis is to dominoes what Queen's Gambit was to chess. The Domino Revolution is coming this summer, and it starts June 11th. Tune in. Thank you all for being here for another edition of Who Got Game. We will see you next week, same place, same time. I'm Jason Zone Fisher for Pavy and Baron Davis. We're going to play you out with a sneak peek at Domino coming out June 11th. Enjoy. See you next week.
Dominoes. The greatest game ever invented. My great-great-great-great-grandfather learned the game from the Chinese. Then he smuggled it back to America, where it's spread like mud butt on ribs.
If you can rock these bones, you can start a cult. Junior, I'm over here rehearsing for this domino tournament. Now I got this obligation. You know white kids is a problem.
It's cracking, y'all! The World Domino Championship! We're talking a grand prize of 10,000 big ones!
We can't get there quick enough.
Why are you going to Cabo and I'm going to Compton?
Blow me a kiss, baby. Oh, it's so strong.
Where's Compton?
Oh, I hope you got 9 lives, because I'm finna eat the cat from the back.
How are you even my dad?
My good-for-nothing Uncle Tom's son ditched you on me. What you know about them bones?
It's basic probability, really. It all comes down to how many variations of numbers you can play based on the factors of the hand you've drawn, and then you calculate the most efficient statistical one.
You mean you know how to play this?
Yeah.
Hell, Andy, why'd you say so? I want the whole world to see me whoop that tweaking bully's.
10 speed is in the building. The SLiC. You look ridiculous. You need to get a tattoo that say flammable.
Just bring love and spirit into our
Stick steel.
Damn, Miss Jeffries.
This is Mr. Walter McDonough.
You got my check, right?
Technically maxed out my credit card.
And so when Miss Jeffries cash that check, then we can go, But until then, you don't want me and the Lord on your ass.
I ain't seen you in a good minute, bruh.
Prison.
Okay, right.
Every time I think about beating blood out of somebody, I just rub my thumbs against my earlobes like this, right? And I just feel like, oh, blood, living this in life.
We just want to know where you're going, mija.
To practice for the domino tournament. When I come back holding this trophy, my seat at the table will be undeniable.
Women like volleyball, ribbon dancing, basket weaving.
Basket weaving!
Basket weaving.
my brother.
Y'all know what time it is.
See, you don't win at Bones unless you get into folks' head.
Who next?
It brings people together. I know y'all ain't ready.